Hello all my motorcycle enthusiasts. Welcome to my first ever motovlog. My name is Klutch Kitten, or my actual name, which is Sarah. So today, since it's my first one, I really just wanted to kind of introduce myself, introduce the 5 different bikes you're gonna see me riding pretty regularly on this channel, and talk a little bit about like how I got into riding and why I love to do what I do. So first off, I am 25 years old. I live in Edmonton, Alberta. I am a total of 5 feet tall. Yes, that is it. No inches, just 5 feet. And I have been riding basically since the day I was born. Just kidding. But I'm sure if my dad could have brought me home in the saddlebag of his cruiser, he would have been more than thrilled and thought that that was totally and sociably acceptable thing to do with a newborn baby. Irregardless, obviously I got into riding because of my family. My dad, he's always been into riding. He's always had a bike or 2 or 3 in the garage, and he kind of raised all of us kids pretty much on a motorcycle. I don't remember a time in my life when Dad didn't have one, or on a hot summer day he wasn't putting one of us kids in front of him or behind him on the bike and taking off to the country or into the mountains. Another thing, my dad, when we were growing up, is he didn't buy us a first car. You know, like when you turn 16, your parents buy you like some really shitty beater. My dad didn't do that. When my brother was, I don't even remember when, but he went and picked up a little 250 Honda Rebel from like the 80s. We were like little, like I'm pretty sure like when he bought it, like my brother was in diapers and I was like maybe 3 or 4. And it was just kind of always the expectation that that bike was there for us kids to learn on, for us kids to ride when we eventually got to be old enough that we could get licensed. And I don't know, just all growing up, my dad always just talked about, well, when you turn 16, you're gonna get your bike license. I don't know, we just always grew up with that expectation. And yeah, so when I took a little bit more like prodding than I did my 3 brothers to actually get my license, but I did eventually get it. So that's a little bit about my history, about like how I got into bikes and how my family's really into bikes. I made sure that the person I chose to be my partner was also into bikes, so my partner rides, so I'll be riding a couple of his bikes on this channel as well. So now I wanted to talk about the different bikes you're going to see me riding on this channel. I will start with the smallest, and then I will work my way up to like my biggest bike, which is the one I'm on right now, but we'll save that one for last. So first, last winter, so like kind of the beginning of 2020, me and my partner started watching some motovlogs, and we ended up finding some Grom riders. And we spent a lot of time just like watching Groms, watching Grom rides. They looked hilarious. They looked like so much fun. The kind of people that ride Groms are definitely hooligans, and we felt like that is a lifestyle that we wanted to participate in. And since Groms are so little, they're like fairly cheap. So me and my partner decided to go halves on it, and yeah, we bought a Grom, and it has definitely served its purpose lots. It's kind of our, well, I guess we shouldn't say backup bike considering we have 5 in the garage, but it's definitely our most reliable bike. And we've used it to teach new riders. We've used it when our bikes are down and we just need something to get around town. My partner uses it when he's off to do what he says, like hooligan shit. And the reason that we like it the most is because we have a Grom gaggle located here in Edmonton, and they meet up every Friday night. And me and my partner love to go. The people are great. It's so fun driving around with all these mini motorcycles. I feel like I'm in a swarm of bees. I also feel like I'm in a gang that's unstoppable. Groms are great. I think everyone should have one. They're so much fun. So yeah, that's a little bit about the Grom. Next, okay, I'm gonna totally butcher this bike, what it is, because I've never actually really ridden it, and I don't even know if I've really ever heard it running. But my partner bought a project bike. It is an XXSX 400. It's a Yamaha, and it's from '77. So it's It's kind of an old clunky bike. He wants to rebuild it and make it real badass looking. And it's currently at the shop. Now, they did contact us the other day and let us know that it'll be ready in the next week. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to try that one out. It is little. I grew up riding very old bikes. I'm hoping it'll be a bit of a throwback to the good old days when I was ripping around in the country. It also has a kickstart. I've never ridden a bike with a kickstart. I don't even know if I know how to start a bike that's a kickstart. We'll see. So yeah, I was kind of hoping to spend some time on that one also on my channel. As I don't have a lot to say about it, I know the least about that bike because I've never actually ridden it, but I look forward to spending some time on it this summer. The next bike is my partner's again. He has a Gixxer 600. It's really cool. He got it wrapped in like that chameleon wrap. So like sometimes in the right lighting it looks orange, but then in other lighting it looks like dark blue and it's purple. It's so cool. I really just feel cool when I ride it. Yeah, my other two bikes are naked bikes and they're very comfy, and I don't find the Gixxer all that comfortable. So I don't actually ride it as much as I should, but I do enjoy riding it. It's probably about as tall as the bike I'm on now, and so I can only actually touch on one side with it. It's a bit heavier, but I just need more practice riding it, and hopefully this summer I will spend more time doing that because it is a fun little bike, and yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with them. My next bike is it's my favorite. I probably will end up talking about it the most. I've spent the most years riding this bike. Is my Ducati Monster 696. It is a 2010. I bought the bike when I want to say I was 22. I had just finished university and I'd finally saved up enough money to buy it. I actually got a pretty good deal on it. It was $3,000, which is really cheap. It only had 10,000 kilometers on it. The girl that I bought it off of was military, and I think she was like moving or something. She needed to get rid of it. And as I said, I am only 5'0", and I needed a bike that was a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter, and so yeah, I picked up the Monster. I also had been eyeballing a Monster for years. When I was 16, I remember I saw a picture of it and I was like, that is the bike that I want. And I want it in white because I'm a girl, so color matters. And I had to match my helmet, which at the time was white and pink. Now I wear all black, and it like kind of disgusts me that I used to wear white and pink. But anyways, it was a phase, okay? It was a fad. We're over it now. When I bought the Monster had about 10,000 kilometers on it. And over the last few summers, I've been able to rack up about 45,000 more kilometers on it. So I've seen it for its 12, 24, 36, and 48 km services. So I feel like I know that bike by the back of my hand. If I was ever ballsy enough to hit the track, that's probably the bike I would take. I love it. Back in 2019, near the end of the season, I got hit by another biker, and the bike really got totaled. It's cost me about $2,500 just to rebuild the frame part, or like kind of do all the body damage. My dad, bless his heart, is the one that's done most of the work on it. But my summer of 2020, the Monster spent a lot of time in the shop, because though we fixed all the external damage, there's a lot of internal damage that we're still trying to fix. And I obviously have issues, and I'm not actually able to part with the bike, as for why I keep pouring money into it and it keeps getting fixed. Also, I would feel bad selling that bike to anyone because it has so many problems, but it is my favorite bike. It's my favorite one to ride. It's got aftermarket pipes on it, it's got Termies, and it sounds so good. It's so light, and it's just great. I think everyone should buy a Ducati Monster 696 because they are wonderful. Now that's just gonna lead into the bike that I am riding at the moment. So right now I am on my Kawasaki Z900. It is the 2017 edition. I bought this bike going back to the Monster because last summer I was fixing a lot of internal damage with the Monster, and it was just always in the shop, and I love riding. I didn't really just want to be stuck to the Grom. I wanted something that was reliable, so I went Japanese. And yeah, I picked up the Z9 because it is like probably like when it comes to sports bikes, without lowering them, it is the biggest engine displacement I could get, but yet again I could still touch the ground with it without any lowering links or having to like change the is it geometrics of the bike? That might be completely the wrong word. But yeah, so far I really love it. It's got a lot of power. It's got a different kind of power than my Monster, though my Monster is just the 700. I prefer to ride the Monster any day of the week, but the Z is still very fun. I do a lot of trips down south, so I like to go out to Drumheller. I take off and I'll go down to like Cardston, Lethbridge area, because I have a lot of family down there. And it's really nice to have the bigger engine when I'm doing the longer trips. And my dad, he never understood why I bought the Monster. Because it's a Ducati, and he hated working on it because it's so different. He's always just had Japanese bikes, so he always just ranted about how like Ducatis were hard to work on and stuff like that. And I bought the Ducati, and the engine is it's almost a 700, and my dad was like, why would you even waste your money on buying a bike so small? Like, you should get at least an 800 or bigger. And I was like, Dad, like, you don't understand, like, I wasn't like I had a lot of options. So he was really happy also when I bought the Z9, because now I have something where I can keep up better. I can keep up fine with them with the 696. Yeah, so the Z's fine, it's fun. I prefer to ride the Monster and kind of the smaller bikes in the city. And yeah, so that is just a little bit about me. That's a little bit about the bikes that you'll see me riding on this channel. I am very small, so if there are any like girls that are like end up following me or follow my channel and have questions about what I do because of my height and where I get gear, how I choose bikes, or maybe like you're eyeballing a bike and you're not sure if you're gonna fit it or anything like that in the long run, like just send me a message and I will test ride it for you. I will do a review. I have absolutely no problem. As I said, I've been riding for 10 years and I feel like I'm pretty comfortable on a bike. So I have no problem with that. And like, I love to ride. I love trying new bikes. I like any excuse to get another bike. Feel free to subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram. My handle is Ducati Girl, because I am cheesy as shit like that. So it's du.cat, of course, because I'm crazy cat lady, then I_girl. So yeah, give me a follow. Thank you for listening to me yammer for my first ever motovlog. Bye.